First, we have to acknowledge that there is a problem. In America, the problem is actually getting worse. In the state of Mississippi, we are one of the states that has the highest rate of maternal mortality in the United States.
I lost my wife and my daughter due to this. I just want to fight so that they won't have to go through what I went through.
We need to do something, and something very fast.
This is just a little small country town. Being in this line of work, everyone knows me. Where y'all just come from?
Down to school up there.
Oh, okay. I'm a funeral director, so I pretty much deal with all of it, from the insurance, from picking up to embalming, to working the funerals. Just being able to be there for others and families and comfort them. When they see a familiar face, it makes it a little better. And when my situation happened, I needed that. I was more so the laid back, humble person in the marriage. She was the total opposite. She was a fireball. Imperfect human being, but a beautiful soul. Her blood pressure, her hypertension, it was just always a problem. She was due July 30th. They moved it up 3 weeks. She got this high blood pressure. Y'all telling us about this preeclampsia? Goal was always 35 or 36. And we was like, okay, we're here, almost to the finish line. And I wanna say we were just at an appointment maybe a couple of days prior to that. Everything was looking fine. You know, we was looking at the baby, looking at the oxygenated blood, the deoxygenated blood. I mean, we was all smiles and giggles. It was a Sunday, it was 4th of July. It's gonna sound real weird, but that was one of the best days. It's like the best last day. You know, I don't know how to word it, but for it to be our last day, it was a good day. We woke up, went to church. After church, we came home. You know, we took a nap and everything, and we woke up and we went to her aunt's house. And that's where we celebrated, you know, the 4th of July. We got home, we sitting outside watching the fireworks show and everything. And then I was tired. I think we may have had a long weekend. I go to sleep. She comes in the room and complained that her chest is hurting. Unfortunately, we don't have a hospital. Yazoo City is about 15, 20 minutes down the road doing the speed limit. I wasn't doing the speed limit. I'm holding her hand and I feel it's kind of shaking. She was having a heart attack. I was going about 110, 115. I'm flying down the road, holding my wife as she's having a heart attack and on the phone with the dispatcher. I remember her telling me that my wife need oxygen immediately. As soon as she said it could save her life, I stopped. And she was walking me through what to do. I'm about 3 or 4 minutes away from the hospital that the ambulance is coming from. It still took them about 10 to 15 minutes to get to me on the side of the road. I'm looking at my wife and my daughter pretty much dead on the side of the road. There are cars passing me. I'm crying for help me, please. I mean, it was about 3 or 4 cars just zoomed past me like I wasn't even there. And when they got there, first thing one of the paramedics said was, man, she's been here a while. She's getting cold. How long has she been here? I said the 15 minutes I was waiting on y'all to get here. I wouldn't wish this feeling on my worst enemy. I know for sure the outcome would have been different if we had a hospital here.
Hospital closures in the state of Mississippi is an ongoing problem. The hospital in Belzoni closed probably more than 10 years ago. And some of these hospitals, I want you to understand, are the only places within, say, a 100-mile radius where patients can receive emergency care. We have some of the highest chronic medical conditions for our patient population of anywhere in the country. So any issue that America deals with, we deal with it to an extraordinary level. In Mississippi, you also have to deal with whether or not there's adequate structures in place to help people who don't have access to certain forms of birth control, or even to a provider who can help them with that. Other issues that may be involved include race or racism. It may not be the racism that we think of all the time, but it may also be what we call implicit bias.
As doulas, as birth workers, we want to build more connections with healthcare providers, with people who are out there who are advocating for women who are dying. And it's not just Black women, because if you make birth safe for Black women, you make birth safe for all.
It's incumbent upon us to try to develop systems, find these people, risk stratify the patients early, and we can then put them in a system where they're able to be taken care of as a priority. It's a larger societal issue. It's going to take it becoming a priority, not only for our leaders, but also for our people to demand and make sure that they have access to healthcare that can save their lives. You have to be the primary person who's concerned about your healthcare. You're the most important actor in what happens to your health. And right now, it's a battle that we're losing. But hopefully, with conversations like this, we'll be able to stem that tide.
I lost my wife and my daughter due to this. My job now is I want to help fight and make sure that this doesn't happen to the next person.